Imagine waking up in the greatest empire the world had ever known. An empire where magnificent roads stretched across continents, towering monuments touched the sky, and powerful armies ruled millions of people. The Roman Empire was more than just a nation. It was the center of civilization itself. For centuries, Rome appeared unstoppable. Its soldiers conquered kingdoms with unmatched discipline. Its engineers built roads, bridges, aqueducts, and cities that amazed the ancient world. Its laws shaped governments, its language influenced Europe, and its culture spread across 3 continents. People believed Rome would last forever. But behind its glorious image, the empire was slowly falling apart. This is the incredible true story of how the greatest empire in history collapsed. The Roman Empire officially began in 27 BC when Augustus became the first emperor. Under his rule, Rome entered an age known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. Nearly 200 years of stability allowed trade, science, architecture, and military power to flourish. Massive ships carried goods across the Mediterranean Sea. Roman roads connected thousands of cities. Markets were filled with spices, silk, gold, and precious treasures from distant lands. At its peak, the empire stretched from Britain in the north to Egypt in the south, and from Spain in the west to the Middle East in the east. More than 60 million people lived under Roman rule. No empire had ever controlled so much territory for so long. Yet success created a dangerous illusion. As Rome expanded, governing such a vast empire became increasingly difficult. Messages took weeks to travel. Governors became more powerful. Corruption spread through every level of government. Many politicians no longer cared about the people. Power could be bought with money. Bribes became common. Justice slowly disappeared. While ordinary citizens struggled to survive, wealthy nobles became richer than ever before. Gigantic villas, luxurious feasts, and endless entertainment distracted the elite while the rest of the empire suffered. The economy also began collapsing. Years of endless warfare had emptied the imperial treasury. The government raised taxes again and again. Farmers lost their land. Small businesses failed. Inflation caused food prices to rise beyond what ordinary families could afford. The gap between rich and poor became enormous. At the same time, Rome faced another crisis. Its once legendary army was changing. For generations, Roman citizens proudly served in the legions. But fewer young Romans wanted military life. To replace them, emperors increasingly hired foreign mercenaries. Many fought only for money. Their loyalty belonged to whoever paid the highest price. Rome's greatest strength slowly became one of its greatest weaknesses. Political chaos made everything even worse. Emperors were assassinated one after another. Some ruled only a few months before being overthrown. Generals fought civil wars for power, while enemies gathered outside Roman borders. Instead of defending the empire, Roman soldiers often fought fellow Romans. Every civil war weakened Rome further. Then came one of the greatest threats the empire had ever faced. The Huns. These fierce horse warriors swept across Europe with terrifying speed. Entire villages disappeared before them. Kingdoms collapsed overnight. Thousands of frightened tribes fled toward Roman territory seeking safety. Among them were the Goths. Rome allowed many Goths to settle inside the empire. But corrupt Roman officials treated them cruelly. Food was stolen. Families starved. Promises were broken. Eventually, the Goths rebelled. In 378 AD, the Roman army met them at the Battle of Adrianople. The result shocked the ancient world. The Roman army was crushed. Emperor Valens himself was killed. For the first time, Rome realized it was no longer invincible. Only a few decades later came an even greater disaster. In 410 AD, King Alaric and his Visigoths marched directly into Rome. The Eternal City was captured. Homes were looted. Treasures disappeared. People fled in panic. Although much of the city survived, the psychological damage was enormous. For nearly 800 years, Rome had never fallen to a foreign enemy. Now the impossible had happened. But the empire's suffering was far from over. Soon another terrifying leader appeared. Attila the Hun. His name alone spread fear across Europe. His armies burned cities, destroyed farms, and forced entire populations to surrender without resistance. Even the mighty Roman Empire paid him huge amounts of gold to avoid invasion. Eventually, war became unavoidable. Massive armies clashed in one of history's bloodiest battles. Although Attila was forced to retreat, Rome had exhausted even more of its remaining strength. Every victory now came at an unbearable cost. Then, in 455 AD, the Vandals attacked Rome. For 2 weeks they stripped the city of priceless treasures. Temples, palaces, statues, and monuments were robbed. Many priceless works of art disappeared forever. The empire was no longer collapsing slowly. It was breaking apart before everyone's eyes. Its economy had failed. Its army was weak. Its leaders were divided. Its people had lost hope. Finally, in 476 AD, a Germanic commander named Odoacer removed the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, from power. No great final battle decided Rome's fate. No single catastrophe destroyed the empire. It simply became too weak to survive. After nearly 500 years, the Western Roman Empire officially came to an end. Yet Rome never truly disappeared. Its ideas survived. Roman law became the foundation of modern legal systems. Roman engineering still inspires architects today. Latin became the ancestor of languages spoken by hundreds of millions of people. Even after 15 centuries, tourists continue visiting the Colosseum, Roman Forum, and ancient ruins that remind us of one of history's greatest civilizations. The story of Rome teaches a timeless lesson. No empire is too powerful to fall. Military strength alone cannot save a nation. When corruption replaces honesty, greed replaces responsibility, and leaders forget the people they serve, even the greatest civilizations begin to crumble. The Roman Empire ruled the world. But in the end, it was defeated not only by enemies outside its borders, but by weaknesses growing from within. And perhaps that is why the rise and fall of Rome remains one of the greatest stories ever told. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to subscribe to History Uncovered for more incredible stories from history.